I mean, it's good against summons. Not good against Rasta summon though, since not affected by spells. But can't have everything in life.
Like, do you go more all in if you're the cut, like double down, grab the Lycan or something like that, and just say, let's push them, end this game in 15, 20, get to game 2?
I'm honestly utterly shocked that they didn't ban the Lycan, because the cut has literally done that, like this exact draft before with Lycan. So that makes me think they do still have a ban. Okay, they need to get it out of there. Like, Beast Lycan is a very easy way to lose the game. They've even done Nature's Prophet Beastmaster with I believe Beast Safe Lane, Tingle King playing the Natures. I'm thinking of Dog Champ, but teams have done it. Like, there's you got to get the summons heroes out. You got to get the summons heroes.
I see a game back here. They did Nature's Prophet. Yeah. Definitely a thing they can do. Add to the global, but they get a Rastafarian cousin in the Witch Doctor here to tag it up with the Shadow Shaman. So
you calling the tide, by the way? You got me all excited on the Aghanim Scepter Gush.
And they picked the Witch Doctor, so if this AA was going to flex to some other crazy position, which could happen because we all know Raiders needs to do some cheese here to possibly win, Witch Doctor would have been a good beast counter too. Like, if you wanted to get a 5 that actually deals with this beast.
That's true.
This is a good cut draft. Their drafting is, I feel like their drafting is a big reason why they're in the upper echelon of teams in the DPC. Okay.
It's a PL pickup, but we haven't seen the cores yet for the cut. But they feel confident to pull out here and now. Maybe some flexibility there if they can put it to the mid lane. I don't know if it's an Alien Man Banana type of hero, though. He seems more like, your TA, your flashy carries. You play in pubs, not PLs, though.
That's the murderer hero for sure. I mean, I know he plays it, and it's something that will deal fine with the Beastmaster. If you can manage to, like, kill the Beast, if you can get, like, a cheeky kill on him at the start, or, like, kill a few boar summons, the lane actually can go the way of PLAA. But, you've got the Rasta to change things as well. He can, like, hex and let the boar actually hit the PL, and he can't just jump away. So that's going to be a volatile lane that we want to keep eyes on, because if the Beast starts getting a lead, he'll just take all the towers. If PL starts getting a lead, then the Beast won't be such a problem in the game.
All right, the Lil Nick Ember Spirit, it looks like here for the cut. I mean, something we were even expecting early on in the draft. But with Void Spirit taken off the table, it seems like this is kind of like the next go-to for some of these mid laners, including, Quinn. So even if it's the Nyx Assassin out there, they feel like they're confident they can kind of get it done.
Yeah, back in the day, that used to be the best counter for Ember Spirit, but nobody seems to give a shit about that anymore.
Yeah.
By Carapace into Flame Guard. I mean, they do have a good setup, though, like you said, because if Nyx is able to get a stun off on somebody, you have AA from afar.
I like
Doombringer. All right, this is a switch up.
This is cool.
I don't know if I like it, but they picked it.
So he eats the summons, right? So he's going to be able to eat the boar. Maybe if they put Doom mid, they can rotate him into the Beast's lane when Beast is, under leveled, and maybe deal with him there. The Ember Spirit gets completely dumpstered by Doom mid. You can just completely free farm. You also have the Doom, which of course takes off his shield. Yeah, this is a pretty nice pick. I think you needed to do something crazy like this in order to, like, switch up the draft. Now I have no idea. Like, one draft doesn't clearly run over the other one, because we just haven't seen Doom in so long. Like, what does this do? It's hard to say.
Yeah, Doom it's fun to pull out because you see the counters. It's something that it's like, we're going to go for something a couple of pages back that is a counter to what we see in the draft. But, it's your opponents are also going to be rusty against it. It's not like they get to play it against it very often. Maybe you're rusty with it as well, but I still don't even know where it's going. I mean, I guess it's slated for potential off lane, but really, maybe the cutter also go. Well, now I had the Legion Commander.
Wait. Okay.
What? Wow. A lot of melee.
Okay. If I were the Raiders, I would highly consider running the Legion mid to dumpster the Ember, Doom safe lane to just eat the boar, and then running this tri lane with PL, and just destroying, like, the Witch Doctor plus whatever it is, because, like, Witch Doctor's not going to deal with the PL very well, right? Like, you can actually kill the Witch Doctor. You have a slow, a nuke. You have a couple of nukes with the AA. You have the stun on Nyx Assassin. Actually, wouldn't be a bad aggressive tri lane scenario. And the cut definitely wants to pick something that could, like, function in a tri lane to eliminate that option. Let's see what do we got here?
Cores who can survive the tri-lane, can survive being potentially doomed. You know, Wraith King would have been great, but was taken out first. But Jug
seems top tier. Healing ward against Doom. Clears the PL illusions with the Ag Shard. Can deal with the tri. Okay, they just go
with They do double down. Heavy zoo, heavy push, heavy creeps and critters to run right through everything you love and own from the side of the cut. Byzantine Raiders. I love the Doom, and Alien Man Bananas picking it up here. This seems like a fun one already out of the gate. Suns fan, your early prediction based on draft.
All right. So I really wanted to go with Byzantine Raiders. They did switch it up, so I appreciate that, but I don't like their support duo at all, and I cannot stand Legion Commander. The hero sucks ass, so I'm going to go with the cut.
Jenkins.
I'm going to say, if this game goes past like 25 minutes, the Raiders actually just win because their late game is way better. But I think that they don't have good wave clear against all of these summons, and that's a huge concern. I think the cut's going to run them over.
All right, well, you heard it here from the panel. Why don't we go ahead and quickly head into a break? But when we come back, we got rkryptic and neph to bring you the broadcast coverage.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the NA DPC. I'm here with my boy neph. You know, we're just out here enjoying our time, and we're about to enjoy some Dota 2. Neph, how you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited for this one. The panel said it better themselves, Suns fan. Some of these upper division games, a little bit one-sided, fairly boring, but this should be the good stuff. Byzantine Raiders, they've been getting stronger every single game that they've played. Managed to take a 2-1 yesterday with AMB on this Doom, so I'm excited to see what he's going to pull off today.
Yeah, absolutely. We actually got to watch that game a little bit and talk about it, and yeah, it is important to note this was like the first win for the Byzantine Raiders, and it was mostly on the back of a mid lane Doom. But you're going against the Zoo strat, neph. Something you know, we're trying to enjoy some Dota 2, and they're just gonna mess it all up with a bunch of little animals.
15-minute GG is what they have planned here on the cut. Jenkins said that one pretty well. If they don't end up shoving in these lanes and winning the game by 25 minutes, they don't have their work cut out for them. They don't have a ton of wave clear. It's Legion Commander's overwhelming odds you're going to have to fall back on a lot here. So it's going to be a little bit tricky with this menagerie. But if they can, I do think Byzantine Raiders is capable of turning this game around and winning. They have the ability for pick-off and team fight with AA, with Nick Assassin, with Doom. The potential's there. The cut
Scout to the bottom ward. He'll get the D ward eventually, but it's not on his top list. Wants to make sure that doesn't get denied. But we should probably talk a lot about this mid lane, right, neph? The AMB Doom versus Lil Nick on the Ember. Both of them love their heroes. This is a classic Lil Nick hero, right? Like, this is one of his absolute best heroes to play.
Yeah, it is. I mean, AMB has played the Doom before, but I think he's been diversifying his hero pool a little bit. Templar Assassin is definitely his specialty. That's what he's known for picking up and playing, but he's just trying to mix things up a bit, grab a couple of flex picks. The panel was talking about that, Suns fan and Jenkins. They weren't 100% sure where the Legion Commander of the Doom would go. There was talk of them running an aggressive tri-lane as well. I think mixing things up when you're playing against such like a good drafting team like the Cut is super important here. So it's good that he's picked up the Doom here, which you can put in a number of places to try and confuse the Cut a little bit.
Yeah, man, I'm with you on that. I think that's a really good way to put it. I think a lot of this is going to come down to timings, right? I mean, we talked about it right when we jumped into the game. The panel talked about it as well. And as it goes later, it kind of tilts in Byzantine's favor, I would say. Lycan typically is not a hero that excels really well past about 30 minutes. He kind of just becomes this, well, you know, wet paper towel that runs around fights and throws his minions at supports and tries not to hit people. You just kind of want to hit buildings. So we'll see if they can, you know, take over the map. They got to get a huge lead on objectives pretty early here on the side of the Cut, I think.
But one thing that they don't have going for them is the Doom Lycan combination. Every time I've seen a team lift that through the draft, they've just ended up losing against it.
You mean Beastmaster Lycan, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, Beastmaster Lycan.
I knew where you were
going. Every time those two make it through the draft, the team just wins. And people have been very disciplined after they see a Beastmaster come out, they ban the Lycan. Every time they see a Lycan come out, they ban the Beastmaster. Very rarely do they let the team have both of them, or a team have both of them.
I was surprised to see it. for the exact reason. It has such an incredible win rate so far. Necros are, I think, probably one of the most underrated items. Like Necro, it's not even underrated. It's like people know it's good. Oh, still goes down top lane.
He does.
First blood goes over to Tingle King on the Beastmaster. I mean, I'm assuming just Shackles and Beastmaster's damage is more than enough. You don't have any save coming out from the PL.
It is still Borko standing in today, by the way, for anybody who is a little bit confused, anyone that wasn't paying attention at the start of this. Position 5 is normally Light Shader here on the Byzantine Raiders. Not off to a great start there on Borko, unfortunately. And he's forced to walk all the way back the lane as he tried to TP out.
Yeah, well, they're going to shackle up PL, and this is the thing about this lane that's so difficult for their Murderer to deal with is there's no save coming in, and he might just go down, and he does. The what we like to refer to as the ranged Triad Protector just slapping down Murderer on the PL.
Yeah, Borko not off to a very hot start, left PL basically to die there because it took him so long to get back to the lane. Either you're forced to sit super far back and not get any CS until Ancient Apparition returns to lane, or you end up dying. So now, off to a very good start here. Level 3 on the Beastmaster, almost 4. Multiple points in Inner Beast in just a moment. Will run people down. 4 minutes, though. They rotate for the power runes, and Little Nick actually managed to snag it.
Shackle, yeah. He had that, he ended up leveling an early point into Searing Change, which you don't always see, but the rotation from the two supports just kills the Doom, and this is so important. We talked about, you know, Doom, one of these heroes who kind of just wants to sit in the mid lane, farm it up, be left alone, and you eventually just, by the nature of the hero, have more gold than the other team. That's how it's similar to Alchemist, right? Yeah. He's just a hungry boy.
Not a lot of kill potential there, but you're normally very tanky and hard to bring down. Getting that kill on him is super important there. Grab on that Arcane Room felt very good for Lil Nick, who's actually maxed out Flame Guard here against the Doom, so he's kind of accepted that he's not going to be able to harass him out of lane. Instead, he'll fall back on this Flame Guard either for running him out or farming up these neutral camps as quickly as possible. So that's the one way you're going to match that Devour farm, is moving in and out of lane with that Flame Guard, which Doom, of course, can't cancel until he gets the Purge Creep, the Dispel, or Doom.
Yeah.
Both
I was going to say, I think Flame Guard just scales better for farming, and then also when you have level 6 and you can make rotations, it's incredible against PL. Like, PL has no gameplay against the Flame Guard. So it is, PL basically has to be very careful wherever he's showing on map if the Ember is missing.
Yeah. And on the same hand, the Ember has to be a little bit careful about what creeps the Doom holds. If he has the Dispel, or if he has Doom up, they can just rotate onto him and kill him somewhat easily. Once the Nyx is level 6 and rotating becomes a little bit easier.
That mana burn is pretty annoying, though. It's 100 mana burn off of Ember, which is, you know, almost a fifth of his mana pool. CS chart, though, Neph, what do you think? Anything out of the ordinary? All according to plan?
Mostly according to plan. Legion Commander has a bit more farm than you'd want, but again, Lycan is a melee hero with a very low armor, so Legion Commander, it's hard to trade with him on this hero, despite having, you know, a little bit more bonus damage to work with thanks to Feral Impulse. I was thinking at level 5 we'll start to be able to zone Cube, who I refuse to call Cube.
Why does everyone call him Cube? I don't understand. It's so obviously Cube.
I mean, you don't get to choose your own name. Your parents name you. I feel like the Dota community should get to decide how your name's pronounced.
Yeah, that will never backfire. They have a ward centered top lane, just clearly scouting out A and B, and they're kind of baiting it. Exactly played there by Tingle King, but they did not see Frugos as he wraps around, hits that Impale. Able to chase him down. Lil Nick comes in for some assist, but they get the kill anyway. Or almost managed to take down AA, forcing the TP. Lil Nick with that level 4 Flame Guard, not be able to continue the chase.
Yeah, all that was happening in the bottom lane. They actually chased down the Legion Commander with that Lycan. As you mentioned, he's got the first Necronomicon, and they shoved it in with the 5-minute catapult, was still up. So, first tier 1 tower, now down.
Murderer is actually in trouble. He has no doppelganger. Yeah, slight chains into a full duration shackle. He has triple remnant, but he doesn't even need it. Bull takes the last hit. That casual boar that just stayed in lane the whole time and chased down the PL.
That's a value boar right there. But yeah, little Nick is off to a very hot start against the Doom here. So,
I see what you did there.
Yeah. It's a little bit of Ember humor for y'all. And not wasting any time here on the Beastmaster either. He's got his own Necronomicon and another tier 1 tower now taken, and only 7 minutes into the game. 2 of them are down. 2 of them can just rotate at the same time over to the mid lane. There's so little that they're able to do about it.
The cut came to party, man, and they brought all the surprises. They're ready. They're ready for this one.
I mean, we talked about the only wave clear being press the attack. I mean, Ancient Apparition can't do anything until he's level 20 and has the Ice Vortex with the 40 DPS thanks to Aghanim Shard. They're going to struggle so much to deal with all these units that they have here.
Yeah. Your wave clear is like Doom's Body and Ancient Apparition's Ice Blast, and that is it.
Yeah. I mean, Overwhelming Odds does bonus damage to summoned units and illusions.
This is looking through the jungle. They have this Hawk that's scouting Murder. If he can get the Shackle, but instead Steel might be able to scout it out, and he does. So Murder will back off. Steel's going to take the hit for him. High tier support play, actually, doing that. Very fortunate for the PL, though. If he died a second time there, that would have been disastrous. Side chains mid lane. They're looking for Doom, and I hear the shapeshift coming in. The Shackles again from Volt. Immediately purges the Pingu on the backside, just cutting him off. Misses the Maledict and Frugos with a nice Ravage coming out, but the Roar securing themselves a dual cube. Quite optimistic. He will get the win, but dies in the process. Will Nick double kill on the Ember. Ends up being a 3-for-1, and it's going to be another tower death.
Yeah, nothing they're able to do about this one. The Ancient Apparition still only sitting at level 4, so there's no Ice Blast coming in to assist with that. And you had to know that was coming. That was the Great Migration. The tier 1s were down elsewhere. Nowhere else for them to go. And they'll continue to run things down.
I was not expecting the Great Migration, but yeah, you're right. That is exactly what this is. Watch the animals. The heroes will follow.
Now, 3 tier 1 towers down. This is the strength of the Lycan and the Beastmaster together. This is why it is always banned out. You never see teams give this one up. It is way too strong.
It really is.
I mean, you have Fortification up again. You only have tier 1 Necronomicon, so the summon units would die pretty quickly. The tower flak right now, they'll have to slow down a little bit, but you now control the entirety of the enemy team's jungle.
Neph, have you seen Lycan?
Lycan now has a level 3 Necronomicon, and are those boots flying? It's a Clarity. Of course he doesn't need shoes.
Yeah, you're like, I was like, I don't know if you noticed, but he bought 2 more levels of that Necro in the meantime. AA just caught out mid, trying to get some wards, or a D ward rather. He does successfully get it, but it does cost him his life.
Yeah, he's got his Tome of Knowledge now. He's very desperately trying to hit level 6, but when you lose 3 towers like this, none of your map is safe. Getting that level 6 suddenly becomes very difficult. Trying to take a tower of their own down here in the bottom lane, but I don't really think they care on the side of the cut. As long as their mid tower stays up,
they're going to go tier 2 top.
Yeah,
that's what they want. That's their objective. They ping it out actually as we're talking about it. It is a huge objective for them, mainly just because if you take this tower, you have total Roche control from Byzantine, right? Like, they have absolutely no way to contest Roshan.
Yeah, exactly. You get grab the shrine. Going through mid take way too long.
Drop. There it is. Yeah, they're gonna have to just let it go. I think I say that, but they smoke up on the side of Byzantine. They're gonna try and wrap around potentially. There's going to be the shapeshift shackles onto LC. Pingu
very big Ice Blast.
Gap. The Ice Blast does hit, but you gotta be careful so far. Pingu's really the only one in trouble. Nick able to remnant across the side of the fight. Roar does come out, holds the Nyx Assassin in place. Witch Doctor, the first death. Frugos gonna be the second. Murderer comes in. He just doppelgangered. He's got to be very careful. Ambi just dies to the Necro 3 summons. Oh my gosh. The Lycan Necro 3 at 10 minutes. And they get the tier 2 tower.
He's not going anywhere. Thanks to that Dispel on the Necro 3, it just holds him in place. There's the tier 3 tower. I mean, if they got it pre-10 minutes, this would be even worse, but that's going to be the outpost, just like you mentioned. And Roche is now open and super easy for them to take with the heroes they have going on right now. They're now up 6K net worth, but it feels so much worse than that.
Might be in trouble. Yeah, he's going to go down. Yeah. They're trying to get in range for the duel, but Vol probably just going to take out to the Ice Blast, and he does. The Pingu, he TPs in thanks to the snatch of the throne, and he just death wards them, man. Oh my god, nothing going the way of the Dire right now.
1 step forward and 2 steps back. I mean, you did get a bunch of XP and gold for that kill. It's a little bit of a moral victory there, but giving up your Legion, who's the one person who's able to actually shove out these lanes and take down these summon units. And like I was mentioning before, he was forced to max out overwhelming odds first, given the situation that he's in. Very rarely is this the build that you want to go on the Legion Commander.
Yeah. I mean, we're at a point right now where they're just like so far ahead. And I don't know what you can do at this point, right? Like, you have a... you're against books. You're against the book, you know, Zoo strat, whatever it is you want to call it. Frugos trying to find the Tingle King, but he walks into it. The
Nice
two-man stun, though. Ice Blast comes through, does connect Pingu. He's going to drop the cask onto them with the Maledict. Frugos, he's going to die first, and Cube falling low as well. On the high ground, Nick chasing after the AA, just slices them both down. You still don't get Tingle King on the Beastmaster.
No, you're fortified, still on cooldown for another minute and a half here. They say, all right, let's just drop wards. Why not take out this mid tower? Nothing's going to stop us from getting Roshan after this one. No fortifies coming back up as you know, no tier 1 towers, but I think for now, this is all they're going to take. Legion Commander is going to be up pretty soon.
Yeah, I think you just wait for the second Necro 3 on Beastmaster. It's only a couple hundred gold away, and then you just go Roche, and then you end the game. I legitimately think that's what's going to happen. Because I don't see how Byzantine can fight the Roshan. You have AA Blast. That is your only utility for fighting at the Roche pit. But they can also just run the Necro books at you, and we've seen that be pretty effective so far.
That's right.
All right, Envy, Blink, Stomp. They do catch Shadow Shaman once again. A-Blast will come through. Does catch Vol just for a little bit, but he's going to die on the Doom for this, and Vol's still going to survive as they cannot get onto the backside and Scourge. He's chasing him down with the Wolf form. No Necro book to help, so...
They're not
go
wasting...
high ground. They just blew all their spells. Yeah, you just go high ground.
Pops the drums as well, which... Who hit those? The Lycan.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, tier 3
Look
tower. It's going to go a huge shackle from a completely different continent. Murderer and has to just doppelganger out of there. And,
I mean, don't even wait for Roshan. Your Raxes are now gone. Your building is destroyed.
Murderer is dead.
Gone.
Great play by Lil Nick. He will pay for this with his life. So, a nice trade, but it was space made. They did get both melee and ranged barracks in the mid lane. I think it's more about the mental destruction here than... from Lil Nick at this point, right? I think that's what he's going for.
I mean, that's a mental destruction right there. Losing your melee racks pre-15 minutes in the current patch is absolutely insane. But they knew they didn't have to fall back into the Roshan. They've got no way of clearing out waves. Why wait for the Byzantine Raiders to get to 25 minutes? Hell, we'll just do it at 15, they say. I mean, Jenkins said if they can outlast them, but this situation looks terrible at the moment. The outlook is not good for Byzantine Raiders.
Yeah. That's looking pretty rough. I mean, Shaman has the Aether Lens, which is pretty much the one item you need to become a monster. Witch Doctor closing in, well, he just actually finishes it, the Holy Locket. So you have even more healing inside of the Voodoo Restoration. A-Blast going to come top. It will clip Scourge and Vol, do a little bit of damage to the creeps, but the Necro 3s and the Summons, yeah, they just keep it going.
Yeah. And now you don't have AA Blast.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. The double Necro units, all of that attack speed, the tier 3 tower just melting under this pressure. And they have no way to pressure these wards because anyone who comes close just gets slight changed and killed by the Necro units.
Yeah, Lycan is holding on to his ultimate. Exactly for this.
Oh my gosh, Neph, what do you do here? On the side of Byzantine, like, what is the play? You just watch your base die.
You can't do anything. Again, they maxed out overwhelming odds. This was all they had to clear out these waves. This has got to be a record. 2 sets of racks is down. Now it's 16 minutes, and they back off. They don't overcommit anything. This is very calculated gameplay here out of the cut. I got to say, this is why every team bans out the Lycan and the Beastmaster when they're together. And paired with this Witch Stalker who's got the healing, paired with the Shadow Shaman who's going to drop wards.
Oh, mid lane, duel, they catch the Shadow Shaman, the roar there to interrupt it, the duel's gonna expire, Shaman's not even gonna die! GG,
that's gotta be
they're out, man. A last-ditch effort from Byzantine. They're like, oh, we gotta get something right. Cut says no.
Cut says no, you get nothing. You can't even grab the Shadow Shaman. They let you have Little Nick once, but 5 to 20 kills here on the cut. Game over in 17 minutes with 2 racks is down, all the towers in the bottom lane taken. I gotta see the most one-sided match I've seen so far here in the DPC, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, Byzantine looked good yesterday when they ran the Doom, but you can't. Doom is one of those heroes that he needs to get a couple items early on, and he was not given the opportunity. They just ran him over completely. Like, there was no chill on the side of the cut. They got their necro books, and then they just walked high ground with the serpent wards, and there was just nothing you can do on the side of Byzantine. Everyone was just completely shut down.
Yeah, it made even worse by, the super good early game that little Nick got, assisted by, the great rotation there by Vol, but fell apart from the very start in Byzantine. I mean, they needed to do super well in all of their lanes at the top. Steel Borko ended up dropping at the start, and made even worse by the fact he had to walk all the way back to lane, making Murderer go down as well. Just a slaughter there by the cut. You can't let them have a Beastmaster and Lycan together again.
Yeah, I mean, we know Pingu is an incredible drafter, so my guess is they'll not let this happen again, but I'm sure this is not the only trick up Pingu's sleeve. There's a reason the cut's sitting at the top of the bracket. We see him do it over and over again. They just put teams in their place, and this game was absolutely no exception.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, we got game 2 coming up in a moment, Nev. Anything you want to say before we throw it to a break?
Recover from that one. You mentioned the mental damage. My God, is it ever there? That's got to have set a record. We tried to talk to our stats person to figure out if anybody has taken these amount of buildings so quickly. But I honestly, off the top of my head, watching all these regions, I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Well, great game 1, the cut, showing why they're such a great team. And we'll be back game number 2 after just a small break, everyone. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you in a bit.